Shalom, shalom to the nation of Israel. Bahasham, Yahawashi. This is the Sutta Hamah of Elosia Augusta, Georgia, under Priest Kahan and Minister Solomon of the Light of Zion. Now, today we'll be talking about faith. But before we do go ahead and get into that, we always start off with the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. So let's go ahead and get that. All right. Go ahead and share the screen. All right, let me start. All right, this book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. All right. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi, giving thanks to the Most High and the honor. Right? So every time we give thanks, honor, glory, and praises to the Most High, always give it through Hamashiach Yahawashi. For we know Yahawashi was perfect, and he came down and set an example on the nation of Israel. So in reputation of Yahawashi, always give thanks to the Most High through him, through Yahawashi. All right, so let's go ahead and get straight to the lesson. Today's about faith. We know it's very, very, very important to have faith. Because if you don't have faith, then what do you have? Right? With faith, you're trusting. With faith, you're confident in the Most High. You have to have faith in the Most High Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. You have to have faith that all the promises written in this Bible will be manifested upon us. You have to have faith that the Most High chose us to be holy and to be his people, his chosen nation, his chosen people. We have to have faith that we are going to be redeemed out of this captivity that we are in. If you don't have faith, then what do you have? All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. There's a book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1, right? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right, so faith isn't something you could see. Faith is just there. It's just there. It says faith is a substance of things hoped for, right? So, for example, if you say you have faith in the Most High, it's you having hope in the Most High, and you're confident in the Most High, trust in the Most High, right? That's what faith is. Faith isn't something you could see, right? So, a good precept of that would be First Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 17, right? Second Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 17. It reads, "Therefore, if any man be in Yahawashi, he is a new Salakia. Verse 7. Salakia, verse 7. Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. It says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." Right. So we are not going off what we see. Right. That's not what our faith rely on, what we see. We walk by what we believe in. And we're confident in it. See, one thing I never understood was when people say things like, "Oh, if you never seen the Most High, if you never seen God, then he can't be real." But that can't be true because you can't see wind. You could feel it, but you can't see it. But you know it's real. You never see your ancestors, but you know they real, right? It's the same when it comes down to the Most High. He left us signs and wonders on who we are, right? Now it's your choice to make the decision on whether you want to walk in that faith or if you want to walk by what you see, by sight, right? Let me go ahead and get up another precept for that. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Book of Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. And it reads, "Trust in the Most High with all thine heart." Right. So it's a commandment. We have to believe in the Most High. We have to believe that he's real. Right. You can't just say just because you never seen him, he's not a real person. Right? So it says, trust in the Most High with all thine heart and lean not into thy own understanding. So don't just go off what you think. Just because you never seen the Most High, it don't make them real. There's a lot of things you can't see, but you believe in. Right? So let's go ahead and get in another precept, right? Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Right? And it reads, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. Right? So in the Most High, it's impossible to please him. If you don't even believe in the Most High, or he's going to save us or get us out of here, it's impossible to please him, meaning there's nothing you could do to please him. It's impossible. Right? So it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right. So like I said earlier, if you don't have faith, then what do you have? Without faith, it's impossible, meaning there's no other way you can please the Most High if you don't have faith in him. If you're keeping the commandments, you're doing the work of the Most High, that shows that you have faith in him. You're sacrificing, you're putting in your work, the time, you're obeying the Most High. It shows that you have faith in him. Right? Let's go ahead and get the book of, in the Apocrypha, Battle of the Dragon. Quickly. Actually, let me see if I could get it up here real quickly. All right. All right. So a lot of our people, we lack faith in the Most High. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the book of Battle of the Dragon real quickly. All right, the Battle of the Dragon. We're gonna go to verse 33 because there's only one chapter. All right. So it reads, verse 33. Now there was in Jerry a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. So he was going out to the reapers, doing his normal routine, feeding the reapers. But watch this, right? But the angel of the Most High said to Habakkuk, Go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon, into Daniel, who is the lion's den. Right? And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. So he didn't know how to get to Babylon. He did not know where the den was. Right? Then watch this, verse 36. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him a Babylon over the den. Right, so the angels to Daniel, right? He teleported him. See, you never know what the Most High has in storage for us. Right, verse 37. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which God hath sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O God, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. Right? Verse 39. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Most High set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. So he got teleported back to his own place after feeding Daniel, after giving the food to Daniel. Right? Verse 40. Upon the seventh day, the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Right, so Daniel was in the den with lions. Right? And they came and they seen him sitting. Then cried the king with a loud voice. Read verse 41. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great are Lord God of Daniel, and there is none other beside thee. Right. So Daniel was in a den of a lion for 3 days, and nothing happened to him. Why? Because he had faith in the Most High. See, you never know what the Most High has in stores for you. It is important to believe in him. It's very important, right? Let's go ahead and go back to the Blue Letter Bible. This time we're going to get the book of Ephesians chapter 2, right? Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. Verse 8. And it reads, For by grace are you saved through faith. Right, so it's through the grace. It's through the grace of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Right, we'll be saved through faith. Meaning we have to hold on to this faith till the very end. And let me get a quick precept for that, right? We have to have faith in the Most High till the end. We're going to be tested in many ways. You have to prove yourself. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 13. But he shall endure until the end. The same shall be saved, right? So those that endure to the end will be saved, right? You have faith in the Most High till the very end, meaning you have to remain in faith till Yahawashi comes, right? We'll have times where we are starving, where we are thirsty, where you'd have to die for this truth. But that's the spirit you should be rocking with. You have to remain faithful no matter what, right? The Most High will test your faith, right? Like Daniel, he was in the den with the lions, and he didn't die. The fact that he was being put in the den and still had faith in the Most High means a lot. It shows Daniel faith, right? So he didn't get eaten by the lion. Nothing happened to him. Why? Because he had faith in the Most High, and the Most High seen it, and it pleased the Most High. The Most High was pleased by it, so the Most High protected Daniel, right? All right. So let's go ahead and get the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 24, right? 21, verse 24, and it reads, And Hamashiach Yahawashi answered and said unto them, I also will ask you one thing, which if ye tell me, I, and likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things, right? Now, if you pray right, if you are praying and you don't have faith in the Most High on what you're praying for, do you think the Most High will listen to you? La, right? No, he won't, because you don't even believe in him. You don't even believe in what you're praying for. Right? If you don't believe in what you're praying for, what makes you think the Most High will grant your prayer? What makes you think he would actually listen to your prayer, right? You don't even believe on what you're asking for, right? Your faith in the Most High needs to be sharp. It needs to be sharp, right? Faithfulness is one of the fruit of spirits. Let's go ahead and get that out, right? Book of Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, right? It says, but the fruit of the Spirit, this is Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. Right? So faith is one of the fruits of the spirits, something we should be walking with, right? If you drop down to verse 25, it says, if we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. So this is the spirit we should be praying for. We should be walking with up till your house comes, right? It's very important. You need to be praying for this. If you see that you are lacking in faith, pray that the Most High increases your faith. Just like we pray for wisdom, just like we pray for understanding, pray that the Most High strengthens your faith. Because once you have faith, the actions will speak for itself. Right? You'll see it in your actions. Right? Let me get the book of James. chapter 2, right? Go down to verse 18, right? Actually, no, let's start at the book of 17, verse 17, right? It says, even so, is dead being alone, right? So let's reread it. James chapter 2, verse 17. If so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead being alone. Right? So you can't just say you have faith in the Most High and show no work, because that's dead right there. Faith alone is dead. You have to actually be putting in the work also, keeping the commandments, going out to preach, keeping the Sabbaths, right? Keeping the Shabbats. You need to actually show the Most High that you love Him. You actually have to do what the Most High say. You have to obey the Most High. Let me see if I could get this in a. Let's go to Bible Hub, right? Because it's straightforward from here, right? So, Book of James, chapter 2. What version do I want? Let me see the NLT version. All right, let's get the books of James chapter 2, right? Start at verse 18. Verse 17, Salakia. So it says, so you see by itself, no, Salakia, verse 17. So you see, faith by itself isn't enough unless it produces good deeds. Dead and useless. That's pretty straightforward right here, right? So let's go down to verse 18. Verse 18. Now, someone may argue some people have faith, others have good deeds. But I say, how can you show me your faith if you don't have good deeds? I will show you my faith by my good deeds. Verse 19. You, you say you have faith, for ye believe that there is one God. Good for you. Even the demons believe this, right? Even the demons, so like even the demons believe in the Most High. Even the demons could believe in the Most High. That doesn't really mean nothing. Even the demons could have faith in them. That don't mean nothing, right? So let's go ahead and reread it. Even the demons believe this, and they are tremble in terror. How foolish! Can you see that faith without good deeds is useless? Right. So it's saying it's useless right here, right? Verse 21. Don't you remember that ancestors Abraham was shown to be right with God by his actions when he on the altar? You see, his faith and his actions work together. His actions made his faith complete. And so it happened, just as scriptures say, Abraham believed God, and God counted him as righteous because of his faith. Right? He was even called the friend of God. So you see, we are shown to be right with God by what we do, not by faith alone. Right. So that's pretty straightforward right here, right? You can't just say you have faith in the Most High and do no works and think you just good, right? No, that's not how it's gonna go. You don't just say you have faith in the Most High and think you could do whatever you want. This is something Christians and churches struggle with, right? This is something they struggle with. They think they could do out and do whatever they want, but as long as you believe in the Most High, you're good. That's not how it works, right? Having faith alone won't cut it. It just won't cut it. You have to also be keeping the commandments, right? Let's see here. Rehab. No, that was about it on this one, right? So yeah, we should be also keeping the commandments and having faith, just like Abraham, right? Christians would say you could do whatever you want as long as you believe. So basically, you could go out and shoot each other. You could go out and prostitute. You could go out and break the Most High's commandment. But as long as you believe, you'll be saved. See, now that's going off right there. See, that's not how it works. If you're gonna have faith in the Most High, you also have to show it through your actions, righteously, right? Let's go ahead and get one more precept for this. One more precept. The book of Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 10. Right? This is something we need to pray for. For faith. Just like you pray for wisdom, for knowledge, for understanding, faith is something we should be praying for. Right? This is the book of Hebrews chapter 10, verse 38. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Right? So if you don't have faith in the Most High won't have no pleasure in you. Right? You have to please the Most High. You have to show him your faith. Right? We're gonna be tested. We are in the last days. You will be starving. You would be thirsty. But you better not eat that pork. You could be left with one option. Just the pork. And you're starving to death. Right? You need to have faith in the Most High. And that's where the action come in, by keeping the commandments. That's how both of them combine. You have faith in the Most High and you're keeping the commandments. You got to do everything righteously, right? You have to do everything righteously. Right? So that was it on. Let's see, let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. Right, so that was it for today on faith. Again, I'd like to say shalom, shalom to the nation of Israel. Yahawah, Barak, Atha. Till next time.